I used to think that if I just had more discipline, I would finally finish everything I started. A new language. A fitness plan. A side project. I believed successful people simply had stronger willpower than everyone else. But the more I watched people around me, and the more I looked at my own habits, the more I realized something surprising. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're excited. That sounds strange, doesn't it? We usually think excitement is a good thing. And it is. But excitement loves beginnings. It loves new ideas, fresh goals, and big dreams. Finishing is different. Finishing is often boring. It's repetitive. It requires patience. And that's where many people get stuck. Maybe you've experienced this yourself. You buy a book and read the first few chapters. You start learning a skill and practice every day for a week. You create a plan and feel motivated. Then, little by little, your energy disappears. The project sits there. Days pass. Weeks pass. Eventually, you move on to something new. The problem is bigger than a few unfinished projects. Every unfinished goal leaves a small mark on your confidence. After a while, you start telling yourself a story. You say, "I'm just not the kind of person who finishes things." And that belief can follow you for years. But here's the good news. The reason you don't finish is probably not what you think. And once you understand what's happening, it becomes much easier to change. The first insight is this: motivation is designed to start, not to finish. Think about New Year's resolutions. Millions of people feel highly motivated on January 1st. They join gyms, buy planners, and make ambitious goals. For a short time, motivation is everywhere. But by February, many people have stopped. Why? Because motivation is like a spark. It helps you begin. But a spark is not the same thing as a fire. Imagine someone who decides to run every morning. During the first week, they're excited. They wake up early and feel proud. During the third week, it's raining outside. They're tired. Suddenly, the excitement is gone. If they depend only on motivation, they stop. People who finish things understand something important. They don't expect motivation to stay forever. They create routines that continue even when they don't feel inspired. The second insight is that you often fall in love with the idea, not the process. Let's say you want to learn guitar. You imagine yourself playing beautiful songs. You picture friends being impressed. Maybe you even imagine performing on stage. But the reality looks different. The reality is practicing the same chord again and again. It's making mistakes. It's sounding terrible for a while. Many goals work this way. We love the picture in our minds. We love the result. But we don't always love the daily work required to get there. A friend of mine once decided to start a podcast. During the first month, he talked constantly about his future audience. He imagined thousands of listeners. He designed logos and planned episodes. Then came the real work. Recording. Editing. Fixing mistakes. Publishing consistently. After a few weeks, he quit. The dream was exciting. The process was difficult. Before starting something new, ask yourself a simple question: am I excited about the result, or am I willing to do the work? That question can save you a lot of frustration. The third insight is perhaps the most important. You are trying to finish too many things at the same time. Modern life makes this problem worse. Every day, you are surrounded by new opportunities. New courses. New apps. New hobbies. New business ideas. Everything seems interesting. So what happens? You start learning a language. Then you decide to improve your fitness. Then you begin reading 3 different books. Then you get interested in photography. None of these goals are bad. The problem is that your attention becomes divided. Imagine trying to dig 5 holes at once. You dig a little here, then a little there, then somewhere else. After hours of work, you have 5 shallow holes. Now imagine digging 1 hole until it's finished. You actually reach your destination. Many people believe success comes from doing more things. Often, it comes from doing fewer things for a longer period of time. The people who seem incredibly productive are often surprisingly focused. They choose one priority and stay with it long enough to see results. So what can you do differently starting today? Try this simple rule. Before beginning something new, finish something old. That's it. If you want to start a new project, look at your current list first. Is there a book that's almost finished? A course with only a few lessons left? A task you've been avoiding for months? Complete one unfinished thing before adding another. This rule does something powerful. It trains your brain to value completion. You start collecting evidence that you are someone who follows through. And each finished project builds confidence for the next one. Don't worry about finishing perfectly. Perfect is not the goal. Finished is the goal. A completed project with a few mistakes is far more valuable than a perfect project that only exists in your imagination. The next time you feel excited about a brand new idea, pause for a moment. Remember that the beginning is always attractive. Anyone can enjoy the first few days. The real transformation happens later, when the excitement fades and you decide to continue anyway. That's where confidence grows. That's where progress happens. And that's where people become the kind of person they always wanted to be. You don't need more talent. You don't need endless motivation. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to stay with something a little longer than you usually do. The finish line is often much closer than it appears. Keep going.